So this is an example of starting off with a new ore. This is after I've been working on it for a while. This is actually from medieval ore. I'm going to show you, after I do a quick tour of this part, what medieval looked like before I started changing things, because it was actually an ore that someone else put together. So this is kind of like the landing area where you'd first come to. And you have a graveyard down there that was already there. A little center area. I put the sea monster together from other parts. And a lot of this is, again, like I said, repurposed items. Swamp Sim, got the little avatars I've collected. Smeagol came from the medieval ore, so I was really happy to get him, to find him. Figured I could put something educational in here, which is the presenter for OpenSim. So I added the fire and the smoke to the plane. Now this is what I was really proud of. This actually I had to put together out of, these are all separate pieces and they actually lined up. So I repeated the piece over and over again. There's one piece, here's another repeat of it. Here's another repeat of it. Here's another repeat of it, just to get that to go all the way up. Just fly up here. So you see, these are just small sections of a spiral staircase. You can see that's where it ended. Dream Worlds, which is provided by Outworlds. And I loaded a new island. The one that I started with was Medieval by Avia Vaughn. Yeah. Let me pause this. And here is the original sim loading now. So this was actually what I started with. So as you can see, there is this tower over here, and a lot of these rock formations. Now this was all one piece, and I had to take it apart, so I unlinked everything, took it all apart. But when I started lowering the land, a lot of these rocks are mesh, so they only show one side, and there was a bunch of holes and pieces. So I didn't want to use those because you'd have to kind of build it right into the land. And of course, those spiral stairs, actually in here is those stairs right in here. They're right in the middle. There we go. So you see it was only a small piece of stairs and they didn't go all the way down, so I had to work with those. Now a lot of these houses aren't actual houses, they're just mesh. So just like the trees, if you go in here, let me stop flying. There we go. If you walk inside the house, just like those rock, and you look around, you see? So I didn't want to use any of these mesh buildings like this because you can't actually interact with them. Once you go inside them, you can see that they're just pieces of mesh, and they only look good from the outside, so they're not really good for interacting. Here I am in the graveyard. Now what I like to do with a lot of figures is make them, like I added the shovel, took a lot of the gravestones out. I made this figure see-through and glow because this is my landing area. So when people come in from the hypergrid, this is where they'll land to. Okay, so this is one woman I met, and you click on her. She says, "We love dinner guests. Won't you come closer for a bite?" So the pirate sword came from a pirate. I changed her color to green on basically using scripting, so that when you click on all these people, they all say something. Like this child says, "They eat larger bait than worms, so I would be careful. And over here is a fishing HUD game. And again, this is something that I can't share, so it's just for my avatar, but if you open it, and it has all the fish, and it's a server script, so I haven't figured out how to use it yet. That came from Outworlds. And this is rain. We'll make it rain and rotating thunderstorm. They're all ghosts. A safety officer says if you fall in the well, ring the bell. You can actually ring this bell. So all of these different avatars say different things. This is a different type of one that you can program. And this does sound.
For a dragon to attack Kynes Grove. Why? Why there?
So he says random things.
Dragons?
And if you open them, you'll see he has all the different sayings. Random play on click is the script. So that gives you kind of an idea of how you'd script the avatars. Now, NPCs and these avatars are two separate things because this is a solid object that you can load scripts into. And this guy's a little bit different. He's interactive. And so you have the random click. So you can click on these and it plays random cat noises. He has the hover script. I get all my inspiration from my cats. When you click on them, he plays a song. Quotes. This right here is actually an avatar. So I did the hover text of, would you rather be a cat? And when people click on it, I'm going to drag and get in the way here. There we go. Cat avatar has given you this folder. So if you accept it, you actually so you have the cat shape, the cat AOO, give content, script, all out. Makes you small so you walk like an elephant. And I'm changing into a cat. Takes a while. And there I am. I'm now a cat. Let's close this. I can walk around as a cat. There's one more thing I want to show you. So I'm just going to walk way off. Oh, you want me to walk off? That's protected. Let me fly. Now he's going to look funny flying because cats aren't designed to fly. Okay. So I'm really proud of this little fact. Games. And she says, every child that plays here must be watched carefully. Let no child come to harm. Figure that it goes with the Halloween theme, but also it's nice early morning. Now, this is a checkers game. I know one that you need 2 players for, but I'd like to create, for my pieces, as I want to create large checker pieces, so I can play with those. Now, these ones over here, it's actually a chess game. You basically look at this so that anyone can move the objects. See, anyone can move, and they can move the objects and play chess. That's what I want to do with the checkers, so I had to create my own game, but I figured it would also work as a cool dominoes game. And each child kind of introduces you to them. Dominoes or dice, just play nice. And she's not programmed yet. So now this one's music. And she says, will you play a song for me? Now, this is something that I can't share. Yeah, have people download because it's something I purchased and it's only for use on your grid, so you can't like take it to, you know, to other grids or. But it's a piano that's playable. Now she is actually two things. So she blows bubbles, and she came from somebody else. But I do have a bubble maker. You can actually see her reflection in the bubble. You click the big bubble to start, and this is actually a bubble generator. Here. And you can click on and off. There's a lot more around in this world to see, but that's just a quick tour.